Hi guys! So today is a little bit of a different video from me. So today I actually wanted to talk about cross stitch. So it's another craft that I'm doing. So I know that, well, this is a very new channel. I'm only just starting and I'm kind of figuring out what kind of videos I want to make. But I want to share all the crafts that I do with everybody here. So today I thought that I'd do something that I guess could be called Flosstube. I don't know. So just sharing my cross stitch and kind of a little bit of my story, though I don't think there is much of a story there, and just show you some of the things I've worked on as well as my current whips. But I do have to warn all the cross stitch people that I am, like, as you've probably, if you have stumbled upon my channel, you'll notice that there's a lot of diamond painting on my channel. So I am really a person who enjoys diamond painting and I do a lot of diamond painting, but I do love cross stitch as well. So I kind of try to combine these two crafts, and I generally try to divide my week into days, or maybe one day in the morning I'll do cross stitch and in the evening I'll do diamond painting, or some days I just do one and some days I just do other. But so there is a lot of diamond painting in my life. But I do try to keep up with cross stitch, although I do find that it's it's a very slow process, cross stitching. So I don't feel like I'm making a lot of progress from one week to another. But I just wanted to share with you guys what I've been working on, and just to tell you a little bit about my story with cross stitch, and just to join the fun, because I've been watching Flosstube for probably many months now. So I'm fairly new to cross stitch, very new to Flosstube, but I am enjoying it, and I just thought, since I made this channel anyway, I could try as well to make a cross stitch video. So here we go. So my story, I don't really have a big story. I feel like this video is going to be so embarrassing, because so many people have these amazing stories of how they've been cross stitching their whole lives, and they have all these beautiful things that they've done. And I picked up cross stitch quite late. I mean, I actually did try it as a kid, but I didn't have anyone to properly show me how to cross stitch. So I think my mom bought me, in Poland you could get these like printed canvas that you had a picture printed on it, and then you can buy threads, and like you could put your thread where the printing was, or where the colors were, and like match the blue with the blue and green with the green. But I had one of these, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was kind of just using, I think I was using like all of the threads, like how you normally split into like having 2 threads rather than all the 6. And I think I was using all 6 of them, and I was doing more like a half stitch, but I think my tension was off, so it ended up being all kind of wonky. And I guess I just thought I was being really bad at it, but I didn't really have a proper explanation of how to do it in the first place. So I think because of that, I got a little bit discouraged initially, but I've always been kind of a little bit tempted to come back to it, and so I don't know when it was, a few years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I picked up a small kit in one of the shops here in the UK. So I live in the UK, which I should have said. Did I even tell you what my name was? I mean, it isn't my channel name, but my name is Natalia. How many minutes are we? 4 minutes into the video, and I'm just telling you my name now. Okay, good. Maybe I did tell you that it's so hot in here. We have a heat wave in the UK, so it is very hot, and my brain is only half working. But so I think about 2 or 3 years ago, I picked up a small bookmark kit in John Lewis. It's one of the big chain shops in the UK, and they sell some small cross stitch kits. And I thought it was so small that I could maybe try and do it. But I've never done counted cross stitch. I didn't even know that you had to count, because the one that I had as a kid had everything printed on it, and I just followed the painting. I didn't realize that you actually have to count the holes and all that. But I did manage somehow to work out how to do it, and it even had some backstitch on it. And now I know it's quite a nice little bookmark, so I can show you. Is this one here? One thing that I did, which I didn't realize, was that I wanted to wash it, obviously, so that it's nice and clean. But I washed it after I put my tassel on, and so my tassel kind of got a bit ruined. But that's okay, that's okay. I mean, I could get a new one and replace it, but it doesn't matter too much because it's just something I did for myself. I did buy another one later because I enjoyed doing this one so much. Let me just show you the picture. Oh, I can't get the focus on. Sorry about the lighting. It doesn't seem to be focusing very well. So I did buy another one after that, which I washed without the tassel, and that one I gave to my mom. So I think I sent it to her for Mother's Day because my mom is in Poland and I'm in the UK. So I sent her that little bookmark. It was a different one, different picture. It had, I think, lilies or some other flowers on it, but it's really nice. Like, I really enjoyed making this. I think these are really nice, cute kits to get for someone who maybe wants to start cross stitch, because it's quite nice and easy, and everything is supplied in the kit, so you don't have to worry about getting things separately. So yes, I enjoyed doing that. But well, after that, actually, I started looking into getting some other kits on Amazon. I didn't really know where you get cross stitch stuff or you know, anything like that, but as I was looking into it, I saw that you can also get these like embroidery kits, and I kind of got curious about that as well. So I did get one of them, and I managed to finish it as well. I don't think it's very even, and it looks, so it was hanging on my wall for a bit, so it's a little bit dusty at the moment, I don't know. But I can show you what it looks like. So it's this one here. So this is it was just a kit that I ordered from Amazon. It came with all the threads, and it had a picture, like the outlines were drawn on the fabric in white, and you just had to follow them. And then I think at the end, when you washed it off, to be fair, the actual drawing was very light, and it actually rubbed off even with the fingers, so I had to be very careful to not actually rub off the whole drawing as I was working on it. So it came off very easily, so you can't really see it. So yes, I did enjoy doing this one. But it was just a small kit, but you know, embroidery is quite hard, and I honestly, I never, because I don't know, I've never been a very YouTubey person, so I never actually even thought about looking at YouTube to learn about things like cross stitch or embroidery. You know, it never occurred to me. So it's a kind of a new concept to me, and so I was doing that same as the bookmark, just figuring it out by myself how to do it. So you know, it would have probably been helpful to have to watch some tutorials and to find out how you should be doing these things properly. But I'm still happy with how it turned out, you know, seeing that I really didn't have any clue. But that's like the only embroidery thing that I ever did. And then after that, I tried one more kit from Etsy, but I didn't have a lot of fun with it. It came with like this big, so it was meant for beginners, and it came with this like instruction booklets about everything, how you should be doing, and all the, like different hoops, and there was so much information in it, and so much like you should be doing this, you should be doing this, that I actually thought, oh my god, this is not for me. This is like too much information, and I have to buy all these things, and I don't even know, you know, some different kinds of hoops, and how you should be putting some protection on your hoop and something else, and how you should be there was also all sorts of things in there, and I thought this all sounds very complicated and very involved, and I kind of put it aside and never really picked it up again. So that was my story of embroidery finished. But who knows, I may come back to it one day. I am quite curious about all crafts, really. So I think then I stopped, so that was maybe, I don't know, a couple years ago. That was literally all my needlework that I did. And then lockdown happened, and I got really into diamond painting. You know, that became like my big hobby, and I got really excited about it. And it turns out that quite a lot of diamond painters do cross stitch, so there's a bit of overlap. So I kept hearing about cross stitch here, cross stitch there, and there's a massive diamond painting community on YouTube, as this is how I'm here. And so I thought, you know, it's really, you know, like, if I don't know, I think I just kept hearing on YouTube, I kept hearing about all these like different cross stitch things. I don't know, there was this connection there, and I thought, if there's such a massive diamond painting community, probably there's also a lot of like information about cross stitch on YouTube. And I just thought, well, maybe I could just like watch a video on how to get started with cross stitch for someone who's never done it, you know, like just like a beginner's video, like guide to what do you have to do to start, what do you have to have, what do you buy, where do you buy it. And I think I started looking into that, and I looked at some UK creators because I'm in the UK, and and I wanted to know what do people buy here, where do they buy it. And so I found a couple really nice channels. One of them, I'm actually trying to remember the name now. I'll find out and I'll put it here on the video and in the description below as well. And one of them was Teresa Little Stitcher, who is amazing. She's so wonderful, and I love her channel, and I've binge watched pretty much her whole channel at some point. So yeah, it was great to hear her story, because she came to cross stitch completely new, completely not having done any cross stitch before. So she was kind of initially as clueless as I am. So that was helpful to see that somebody can just like, you know, get started from nothing, and it was so nice that you could like watch her journey all the way through you know, on YouTube, and that gave me like a lot of encouragement, and that made me think, oh, maybe I can do that too. And so I watched a couple different UK channels, and I watched some like beginner tutorials. And Teresa also, she did this series for very beginners. It was aimed at doing a full coverage piece, but really there was a lot of information that was useful for all kinds of cross stitch. Because I'm not really so much a full coverage kind of person. You know, I think I prefer smaller stitches. So I watched that, and eventually I bought a very small kit just to get started. I think, yeah, so I'm not sure if I bought the kit before I watched Teresa or after, because Teresa actually said don't buy these kits. But I did buy one anyway because I thought it was so cute, and because I did the bookmark thing and I managed to do it with the backstitch and all, I thought this can't be that different. So I just bought a small kit off eBay that I thought was very cute. I can't remember the company. I think actually it was like a Russian kit, so everything was like written in Russian. So I'm not even sure if I would know the English name for that company. But I love that little kit, and I did manage to finish it in a few days, and I just put it in a little hoop like this one. Yay! So that was my, well, I guess my second finish after the bookmark, right? So I feel like the lighting, it gets dark when I come closer to the camera, so maybe I'll hold it here. Right, okay. So I mean, I love this one. I think it's the cutest thing ever. I know it's tiny, and I know it's like not very impressive, but I love the rendering. I love the shading and like the little details, and I do love the backstitch. I know a lot of people don't like that backstitch very much, but I actually really enjoy doing backstitch. I think it really adds to the I want to say to the painting, and I guess it's not a painting, but it adds a lot of I don't know, a lot of like color, like a lot of definition to the actual picture. So yeah, so I'm quite proud of this one. I really do love, even though it's so small. And also there were like some half stitches, so the grass was like in half stitches. Oh, my camera's not focusing. It's being really annoying, isn't it? Yeah, but there are some half stitches in the grass as well. And some blends as well. So I kind of had everything in my first kit. Well, I didn't have like fractionals, but there were a few different things. But I think maybe the instructions, like there were nice drawings in the instruction of how to do things, so I could figure it out. But anyway, so that's my first small finish, kind of, or first small couple finishes. And then, I mean, I started buying things, which some of them I still haven't even started, and they're just sitting in my stash or the patterns that I have somewhere on my phone. So I buy too many things that I can't actually start because I don't have time. But I did, I completed one other kit because I started something else, which I will show you very soon. But because I was going to move, so at the moment I'm in London, but a few months ago I was in Cambridge actually, and I started cross stitching quite late in 2020. I don't know, maybe November is when I did this little elephant. So probably like around the start of the year I knew that I would be moving to London soon, and I wanted to give something to the owners of the house that I was living in, because I was like sharing the house. I had a little section of the house to myself, like a little flat within the house, but the owners lived next door, and they were very, very kind people. They were very supportive of me, and you know, we often like would meet for coffee or drinks and just have a nice chat. And so I wanted to give them something to say goodbye, and I was wondering, oh, maybe I could stitch something for them. And then I realized like it was a country house. It was like right at the edge of Cambridge, and it was very close to fields and nature, and we had a very big garden. And in the garden we had a very big hen house, and the owners, they were very fond, actually, the guy especially, he was very fond of their hens. And I really like hens. I don't know why, but you know, when I was a kid I went to the zoo with my parents, and after the whole day in the zoo, my dad asked me, so what was your favorite animal? And guess what? I said hens. I think I was like 5 years old, but I think my dad was really not impressed that he spent the whole day, and he probably spent quite a bit of money on the ticket, and I said I liked hens the most. I don't know why, but I do like hens. I think they're very cute. I know a lot of people don't, but well, I can't explain it. We all like what we like, no? But anyway, so I thought, oh, maybe I could like stitch a nice kind of hen and the rooster, or something like a nice little stitch. I just thought like small projects, something like the elephant. But then I thought, I was looking into it, and I found on eBay another kit from Merejka. It's I'll link it. Well, I don't know if I can link it below. I'll write the details below. If I find a link to it, I can link it as well. But just to let you know what the kit was. It was a kit of a hen with a rooster. So the hen was sitting in like a yellow grass, and the rooster was standing. And it was a big rooster, and then there were little chickens like on the bottom. And actually, I didn't think I realized how big that kit was, like the actual stitch. It was actually quite a big project, and I just ordered it, and I think it arrived, and I realized that there's quite a lot, like, you know, quite a lot of stitching to do, and I'm so slow at it. So I think I committed to like a whole month of just stitching on that project just to get it done on time. There was also a lot of back stitching that one. But I did manage to finish it, and I actually really enjoyed that kit, because so far I've had mixed experiences with the kits. I'm going to show you one that I'm working on, but it's very slow going. And I'm kind of now a bit discouraged from getting kits in the future. But then Merejka, that rooster kit, that one was really, really nice. That one was actually, the flosses were really lovely, and they were like, because sometimes the kits give you flosses that are like hanging down, and I know a lot of people like that, but I struggle. I can't take out the piece of floss that I need. I try to untangle them, and then I get more tangled, and then it just all gets messy, and then I don't know where to store all my other, like when you take one of the strands, where do you put all your other strands? And it just all got a bit messy, and Merejka ones come like wrapped around the thing, so you could just unwrap it, cut a bit, and then wrap it back on, and it was just easier for me to manage. But it was very nice quality kit, and the pattern was easier to read than some other kits I think that I've seen. So I really enjoyed that one, and the rendering on the final picture was beautiful. And because, well, I gave it away, I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to put them here in the video, and I think I'll first show you the picture just of the unfinished, the finished project but without the frame, because I had trouble taking a picture with the frame because of the glare. So I'll show you one that was not that was like before I framed it, and I'll show you one after I framed it. And I think I also took a little picture to compare before I put the back stitch on and after I put the back stitch, just to kind of show the difference, because I found it actually, it's amazing how much the back stitch is adding to the picture. So I'll put these pictures in here. Hopefully you've seen them now. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, but so that was my proper fully finished project that I worked on, and you know, I'm really proud. This is the one that I'm the proudest about, and I really enjoyed working on that one, though it took me a long time. It was quite a lot of work, but I did get it done, and I was quite proud of the final result. I was rushing towards the end because I was kind of running out of time. I was rushing these last back stitches, so they're not perfect. Like the back stitching, I just went with it and just tried to do my best. But I think if I had a bit more time, maybe I would improve it a little bit. But I'm still quite proud with how it turned out in the end. Okay, I'm going to have some iced tea because it's so hot in here, and I've been talking for a long time, and I don't breathe very well when I talk, so I'm kind of getting tired now. So give me a minute. Okay, okay. So now, well, I can show you the kit I mentioned. Sorry, I made a pile here of the things that I want to show you, but I didn't actually know in what order I was going to show you them. So, well, let me just figure this out now. So first of all, and this is how the final picture should look like. So I do quite, oh, the stupid light, come on. Okay, that's better. So I do quite like stitching cute things. Like I thought this was a really cute kit, and I don't know, like the girl with the brown hair and then the little teddy. I have my favorite teddies in my bedroom, and I thought I kind of connect with this. She's like in her dream world, just walking on the roofs. That's exactly what I would think that I tend to be. I'm just up in the clouds in my head. I don't even know what's happening around me, and I just think it's such a cute little kit. Although I've had a bit of struggle with this kit, I have to say, and I feel like I've been working on it forever and I haven't made much progress. I kind of think I've done more frogging on this kit than I've actually done stitching. But it was well, first of all, I restarted it. And then I ran into some issues because I started running out of some of the flosses. But I stitched a little bit of it. Like I stitched a little bit of the girl, and I stitched the bird, and just tiny bit of one of the roofs. And then I realized that I really don't like the fabric that they supplied in the kit. So it was a 14 count, and I'm not a fan of 14 count. It's too big. I much prefer 16. So the rooster one was on 16 count either. And I thought, oh, I'd rather get a 16 count. And also, it was this grey, this very dull, dark grey that I really didn't like. It was a kind of, it's such a positive painting. I keep calling them paintings. What do you call them in the cross stitch world? I have no idea. But this image, picture, it's such a positive, lovely picture. But they gave me this like dull grey fabric, which was very sad, and it was kind of like, like London sky. I'm like the typical day, not like today, but a typical London day, the grey sky, and it's just like, why would they give such a sad fabric? So I thought I'd like something brighter, something nicer. But I did struggle to think what color of fabric will work with this, and I still don't. I think that's the problem with this kit, is actually the color scheme. It's quite difficult to find the fabric that will show all of the kit well, because the down part is very dark, and the girl's dress is quite dark as well. So if you use a very dark fabric, a strong color, I think like maybe you won't get as nice colors on these. I don't know, unless you get like a contrasting color. Maybe I should have gotten, but anyway, it's too late now. But then the sky is very light and the bird is very light, so if you use a light color as I'm doing, then you can't really see the bird very well, or the clouds, and it's just, I don't know. I'm struggling a bit. I think now if I restarted it, maybe I would do it on a completely different color, like some sort of, I don't know, pink, or like, I don't know, something contrasting. But then you have I think the issue is that you have all the shading in the sky. It's meant to have like, you have all the half stitches that are blue. So if you put it on like pink or something, then it's gonna look weird. So I really couldn't figure out what fabric should be used. But I did find the fabric that I thought was really cute fabric. I'll try and show you. You see, I actually tried and ironed this before. I never do ironing, so see how I'm trying. I'm really trying for this. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this, but at least I've tried. But so basically, I bought this fabric off Etsy, and oh gosh, I've forgotten now what's the name of the shop. So again, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to put it down here. It's a shop that's in Scotland, so it's a local one. It's such a lovely shop. So I got this fabric in like a beautiful shiny like bubble envelope with like a thank you note, and it was all like wrapped really nicely. So it's a lovely shop to buy from, and so you can get some like printed cute printed Ida from that shop. I think it's based in Aberdeen or somewhere in Scotland anyway. And so basically I got this like, I think it's candy floss, or I don't know, but it's printed Ida. So I decided to go for this this color, and I took a bit of music here so that I can put something in the back of this, because I thought it's going to be transparent. It's a very light fabric. But so yes, and I will insert, I took a video on the table, so in case, also because my back camera is better from my front camera on the phone, and I'm recording on my phone, so I thought it may be easier to also, if you can't see this well, I will also insert a small video done with my back camera on the table so that you can actually see the painting. And now I can't actually see what I'm showing you, but I think hopefully you should be seeing the stitching. So yeah, so here's the girl. See, my front camera is really not that good at focusing, I feel. But here's the girl with the bird. So the bird is really lovely, but you can only really see it up close. So I think that's why I'm struggling with this kit. Well, I'm struggling for many reasons. And one reason is that there's so much counting. As you see, there are so many like single stitches in the sky. Like there are like all these single stitches, and like all these little cloudy bits here and there, and there's just a lot of counting, a lot of like single stitches, and then I just do cross country because it's just too much for me to do one stitch and then, you know, cut my thread and do another stitch. So I keep doing like cross country stitching all across, but I keep miscounting. And then things are not aligning properly, and then, you know, I start frogging it, and it's just been taking me forever. But I do, like, I want to try and finish it. I don't know when I will finish it because it's been such a struggle. But I do like the girl. Like the girl, she is so cute. No, she's really cute, and the bird. And I thought it would be really nice to finish it one day. And just see, I'm really curious as well to see the bottom of it, like to see the buildings, how they turn out. So I'd like to at least try. So that's why I went down into this corner, and I will try now to work on this building here and see how it comes out. Hopefully it will look nice, and maybe that will like give me some more encouragement to actually finish this kit. But anyway, so that's the kit that I'm working on. And then I have a couple other, so I have 3 other whips. And so 2 of them I'm really excited about, and 1 again I'm a bit unsure about. So that's the thing, sometimes I start things, and then after I start them, I'm like, why am I actually stitching this? I know, so it's a bit of a struggle sometimes. Sorry, I'm gonna have another sip of my tea because I feel like I'm losing my voice a little bit. Tam. Okay, right. So, okay, so my 2 next whips are both stitch alongs, and one I only started this week. Actually, should I show you that one first? Maybe I'll show you my new start. I don't know, because there's like a, I don't know, you're supposed to do things in certain order, right? I was actually listening to another Flosstube, so I discovered Chris, XrossStitch Chris, is a fairly new creator, and he was saying, you know, there's people are following this code on Flosstube when they show you first you should be showing something and then you're showing something else, and I can't even remember what the order is that you should be showing things in, but don't ever expect order from me because there's no order in my head. So I'm just kind of you know, playing it as I go along, and right now I'm deciding I'm going to show you this new start. So I started this week when I was just getting worried that I've not made progress on my other projects, and I was thinking I need to really focus on one of these projects and get them finished. Then I went on Instagram, and I looked on Instagram, and what do I see? First thing in the morning, I see that there's this new lovely stitch along that's completely free. Like you're getting free patterns. So that's from, oh my goodness, it's the LittleRoomInTheAttic, I think. I will put it here again. So, and I'll link everything as well below in the description. But so I think it's called the LittleRoomInTheAttic. So she does these beautiful designs that I saw before, like there are these unicorns, and I actually have one of her patterns that I haven't started yet. It's of a cockatoo, because I have a thing for cockatoos, and if I ever make another video, you know, and if I ever get to doing that pattern, I will definitely tell you about cockatoos and how much I love them. But anyway, I saw some lovely patterns from that store before, and now I think she's just released this like free stitch along where every 2 weeks there's a new letter of alphabet with a little picture, and they're super cute. So I think her patterns are quite famous for a lot of backstitch. So you have like backstitch where you have like a little bit with one piece of floss, and then you have like one with like two or three or four, and so you have different thicknesses of backstitch, and that gives you like these lovely contours, and they're quite whimsical. They're kind of, you know, they're really sweet. I think they're very girly, so maybe not so much for like the male stitchers, I don't know, but I think for us the girls, I think they're very cute patterns. But I think she's got a really huge variety of patterns as well, so there's probably something there for everybody. Now, you're not going to see very much because the problem is that pattern uses quite a lot of the metallic crane. I don't know, because I haven't ever actually used that, so I'm a bit worried about using the metallic thread. So if you have any advice as well, I have to use crane, then you can let me know. Although no, I did actually use it once. You know what? There's another finish that I haven't thought to share with you. If I find it, I will put a picture in here, but that's something that I did. I completely forgot I did that. Wow. I did a tablecloth that I gave to my mom for Christmas, and it was a mix. There was some cross stitches there. I think it was a cross stitch one, but with also some embroidery. Well, it's a kind of like, I think it was more cross stitch with some like outlines, so more cross stitch. But it was basically when you get like the tablecloth, it was also like a kit. When you get the tablecloth, like I think it was white, and then you just like you add your stitching. It was a square one, and it was a Christmas motif. So I wanted to give it to my mom for Christmas. So I think I gave it to her, but so that one had metallic threads in it. I don't know, I don't think they were cranic, but I really struggled with them. And then I bought, so I think I actually struggled so much that I bought another one. So I bought the DMC ones, and they were a bit better, but I did struggle with how to like, you know, how to keep them from like slipping away. They were very slippery. So how do I finish the thread, or how do I start the thread? But back then I didn't really know very much. That was before I found out how you should stitch properly. So again, that was me trying to figure things out. That was before the elephant, and you know, before probably maybe after the bookmark. I don't actually know when it was in time. But so I wasn't really sure what I was doing, and metallic threads were just really hard to work with. So because of that, I'm a little scared of using the metallic threads, but I really want to try. And now with YouTube, you know, I'm hoping that if I struggle, I'll find the answer of what do I do if I struggle. So I did order the cranic threads, but they're quite hard to get hold of in the UK. So the shop that I normally order from, they didn't have any. So I ordered some from another shop, but they haven't arrived yet. I think they'll arrive this week, so then hopefully I can try and add them in. So there's quite a lot of metallic thread. So I started on the letter A. I did whatever I could on the letter A, but I had to stop because I'm missing the thread, and I don't want to do the back stitch before I do all my cross stitches as well. So this is the letter A. I don't know, maybe I should put some backing again so that it's not transparent. So it's meant to be a little dancer girl, and she's actually going to be really cute with the back stitch. So there's a lot of back stitch that's going to go on her, and there's like I think, is my camera reversed? I think it may be reversed, but it says A is for awesome. And again, I can insert a little video of this with my actually back camera, which is better. So this is the letter A, and I think now they've released B, C, and D as well. So we went all the way up to D. Sorry, I noticed there's my hair under here. I'm hoping that you haven't seen my hair. What's my hair? This is the worst Flosstube ever. But you know, I just wanted to share my stitching with you guys. If anybody's watching it, thank you so much for sticking around. I'm just going to show you a couple more things, and then I'll let you guys go because this must be horrible for you. But anyway, I'm really excited about this project. I really think the letters are super cute, and I really love the backstitch, and I'm quite looking forward to doing more of them. And yeah, so what was I meant to say? Oh, the fabric. I got it from Lakeside Needlecrafts, which is where I usually get my like threads and sometimes fabric. And it is 18 count Aida. Now I realize that now actually it's kind of tight, like I think I just have enough fabric, so I'm hoping I won't run out. I mean, I won't run out, but I want to have enough edges just in case I want to frame it, so I'm hoping I have enough. Yeah, but it's it's a nice one. It's a printed Aida, so it's got all these stars. It's got like blue and pink. I thought it would work really nicely for this cute stitch along. So I'll try and get some more letters in, and I'll try to complete this one when I have the metallic threads, and I'll let you know how I got on with that as well. Right, okay. And then there's another stitch along, which I love, and I love seeing so much all the pictures of it. I just really suck at actually working on it. So I love it. I just don't seem to be able to ever find time. I don't know, I always work on other things and never on this one, and I'm quite embarrassed really to admit it, because it's such a beautiful thing. Like it's such a beautiful pattern, and because also you know, I really enjoy the person who made the pattern. So this is actually Jacob's stitch along, the fruit of plenty. I think. So the modern folk embroidery. The modern folk, I can't say it, can I? The modern folk embroidery stitch along. But so this is very embarrassing. I actually started it in, was it March? But at the time I think I was working on my hens. So when I was working on my hens, I didn't really want to split my attention into other projects. So I think I got really excited about this, and I did like a little bit of it, and then I put it aside, and I haven't picked it up like for forever. And then, you know, a few weeks ago I started working on it again. But every time I pick it up, I do like maybe a day of stitching on it, and then I get distracted with other projects. So I don't seem to be making a lot of progress, which I'm really mad at myself about that, because I really want to focus more on this piece because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so fun to stitch as well. And this one also was my first project that I did on linen, and of course, crazy me. I went all the way to 40 count. Yes. And that's because because I realized that it's a really big project, and I didn't want it to be like massive, and I didn't really want to work on Aida, and I thought, well, so you know, I'd have to, well, there were a few options, but I didn't want a massive piece of fabric, and I think I wanted to try and do it, what do you call it? Is it 2/2? Yes, it's 2/2. I get so confused with these things. You know, when I first started watching YouTube cross-stitch videos, and people were going on about like 1/1, 2/1, 2/2, I'm like, what on earth are they talking about? And then all these like different things like, oh, Lugana or Brittany, and like I still have no idea what's the difference between all of these things. Honestly, what are you all guys about? So basically, I just have a raw Newcastle linen, which is 40 count, and I'm doing it 2/2, and it's quite small to stitch, and I do struggle a little bit with counting in terms like I try to only do stitches that are quite near each other, so that it's very hard to miscount. But with this pattern, the nice thing is that because it's so symmetrical and it's so structured, you can quite easily see when you went wrong, because with some other stitches I may go on for a long time before I realize that I miscounted, whilst with this one I think you can realize quite early on that you miscounted. Anyway, so I'm doing it in 3 colors, and this is like I really didn't know which colors to do, and I keep thinking now, oh, I should have done these colors or these colors or these colors, but there are so many beautiful versions of this piece, as I'm sure you've all seen. And they're all gorgeous. All the color patterns are so gorgeous that it's really hard to decide which ones. I wanted this 40 count fabric. It was the raw linen. I quite like the raw linen. It's really nice actually. Like I really like something about it. And I thought, so I'll go for darker colors. But I'll go for like it took me a bit of time. I went through my threads, and I was like, which colors do I like? And I decided that I really like 814. I have a thing for 814. It's a beautiful burgundy color. And then I think it's 3750. That's my blue, which I also really like. And then I have oh, that's a good question. I have a brown. I have a brown color, which, because I just picked them out of the bag and I don't really look at the numbers now because there's only 3 of them and I know the brown is the brown. I forgot what's the number of the brown, and so I will put it here again. Sorry, there's a lot of things I'm gonna have to put. I hope that I don't forget. But so the brown, I don't remember which one it is, but I'm using the brown for only like the outline and like the basket. So okay, I'll show you what I have. So is that focusing? Again, I'll insert a little video as well, just to show you in better lighting with a better camera. I'm trying to get the light. It seems to be getting lighter when I get about here. Yeah. Okay. And now it's dark again. Bloody camera. So basically, you see that I'm varying things a little bit. So I'm kind of using the red for some of these like background, like I don't know what you call it, the in-between stitching, like between the frames, like it's like the background stitching. And then I'm kind of improvising as I go along. So when I feel that something should be blue, I make it blue, like the flower. I think I started stitching the flower in red and I thought actually I'd like part of it to be blue, and so I decided to add some blues in. Probably the bird is gonna be blue, but honestly I keep like kind of just adjusting things as I go along, and I really would like to focus more on this piece and get more done, because this is embarrassing. I haven't even finished the first month yet. So I'm sorry Jacob, if you ever do watch this, I'm really sorry that I'm so slow at it and I haven't made much progress, but I really want to, like I will finish it one day. It may be in 2025 for all I know, but I will try my best to finish this. Right, and then well, I have one other whip, which is a bit of that's a different one, and I'm not actually sure about it very much because it's very different from the whips that I would normally stitch. Like it's different from the projects that I would normally stitch, but I actually wanted to, this is more thinking about giving it to someone again, and so this is actually like a different style because I'm trying to make something that person I think would enjoy more. So this is more of a like I don't know, I was trying to insert the picture here because I can't explain, but this is not a cute kind of lovely and sweet whip, a sweet project, but you know, sometimes I think it's good to pick some new things and do things that maybe you're a bit less comfortable with and see, maybe I'll enjoy it. I mean, I am actually starting to enjoy it now. I wasn't initially because I started with the black outline, and eventually I was like, this doesn't look like anything, so I started adding some of the colors, the ones that I could find in my stash, because I realized I don't actually have all the colors yet that I need for this one, but I started adding some colors in and it's starting to look much better now. I think it's not as bad. Sorry, I keep looking at the whip instead of looking at the camera. I either look at myself, I look at the whip, or I look through my window, but I don't look at you guys. I'm so sorry, honestly. This is a disaster, but anyway. This is my tiger, or the part of the tiger, but now at least you can actually see that it is going to be a tiger. At least now I can see, you know, there's like an eye and a bit of stripes and a bit of nose, so you can actually see, because before it didn't look like anything at all, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this, but actually it's not looking too bad. So one thing about this, I'm also trying some fabric that I had, I acquired randomly in some scrap shop, and I'm not actually sure, this is a really weird fabric, but it's a very small count in a way, because I'm doing it 2/1. And see, I don't know, so it's technically, they called it this an Ida. I don't think you can actually see it on this camera. It's not focusing, is it? No. Well, I'll insert a little video again, just so hopefully you can see it there. But it is kind of like a very, so they called it an Ida. I don't think this is actually an Ida, because also it's very soft. But it's just like, it's more maybe like even weave, that's like not like that's a low count even weave. I don't really know enough about fabric, but I think it's like maybe 20 something, 22, or I don't know. It's quite, yeah, it's bigger than 20, but it's not as dense as like when you have like 28. So it's somewhere in between. I think they called it, did they call it 20, or I can't remember what they called it, but I'm not even sure how true that was. But anyways, it's different kind of fabric to stitch on, but it's fine, like I'm quite enjoying it. It's a bit different, but you know, I think it's turning out okay. I don't know. I got it from Etsy. I got the pattern from Etsy. I was looking for a tiger pattern, but not like a cute tiger. I wanted like a more serious tiger. So I found this on Etsy. Unicorn Designs. Again, I'll put it here. And all the shops that I'm referring to will be like in the description below as well. But anyway, so that's my last WIP. That's the one that I'm not like super excited about, but also I would want to like try and complete it. Because I think now it's starting to look better. So I think it may turn out well in the end. So it doesn't have any backstitch on, and I really like backstitch patterns as well. So but let's see how it goes. And then I have a lot of things that are sitting in my stash. You know, I have some fabrics and some flosses for some other projects that I wanted to work on. I have some, you know, some patterns on my phone and like some other bits and bobs here and there. There's just never enough time to do them all, right? I don't know how you guys do it when you have like so many WIPs, but I guess because for me as well, because I do so much diamond painting, it's just really hard to do everything and to work on all of the projects. But anyway, this is me for today, and I have no idea when the next video may be that's related to cross stitch, because again, I focus this channel a lot on, well, I don't know, to be fair, because it's a new channel, so we'll have to see how many videos I will be posting and what kind of videos they will be. But I would like to include both crafts, both diamond painting and cross stitch, and if I ever do other crafts, that's another thing. Let me, one minute. Here, I tried once in my life, I tried crochet, which was quite an experience. I got this kit from Woolly, I really need to start remembering shop names. weewoollywonderfuls? I don't know, I will put it here. But it was a kit to make a giraffe, a crochet giraffe. And it's a rainbow giraffe as well, yay! So I was like, it said that it's suitable for beginners, so there are instructions from the company on YouTube on how to do things all the way from scratch. And after many hours of struggling and swearing and like yes, cursing the world for, you know, ever trying to do crochet, because I'm really not good at it, I eventually did manage to make this. Hey ho! So that's my crochet giraffe, and so this actually gave me some hope that maybe one day I can pick up some other crafts like crochet. And I actually got some yarn as well, because I thought, oh, maybe I'll try something else. But then I tried something else, and it ended up in me completely, you know, getting completely mad and just I put all the yarn in the drawer, because I have no idea how do you count the, what do you call them? The crochet stitches, right? They're stitches. They are stitches. How do you count your stitches on the crochet? Honestly, how do you do it? Because I keep losing count, and at least in the giraffe, you go in circles, so you can kind of guess. So sometimes I think if you're wrong, it's not so bad. Like, you won't see it that much. Though I did struggle. I really struggle with the counting. So it gets really difficult when you're trying to do something that's a bit like wider. And then you have to know how many stitches you have. I got so confused, and I tried to restart, and it was the same with this thing, and eventually I just got really frustrated, so I put all the yarn in a drawer. But I would like to, you know, dig it out one day, or maybe like get another cute kit like the giraffe, and do some more of that in the future. So I may try some other crafts, and if I do, then I'll also include them on this channel. So basically, I'm hoping that this channel is going to be multi-craftual and not just doing one thing. But we really have to see what I actually managed to work on and what videos I actually managed to record. And I don't know how often that will be, because, you know, I also have life aside from YouTube. So we will have to see. But anyway, it's lovely for you guys to have, you know, stepped by home. No. What do you say? Popped in. I don't know. It's very, if you stuck around for this whole video, I'm really grateful that you actually found time to watch this. And you know, I don't know if you made it all the way here, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to like hear from you, or, you know, you can give me a like. That would be nice too. But honestly, thank you so much for visiting. Thank you for listening to me and my rambling, and for looking at my WIPs. And I hope to see you again at some point, you know. Yeah, I don't really know what to say now. But I guess bye-bye. See you soon. And subscribe. If you do like this channel, please subscribe and please hit the notification bell so that you can get notified next time I put a new video. I don't know why would anybody subscribe to this, but you know, if you do enjoy it, then please subscribe and yeah, see you next time. Bye.